Welcome to Emerald Lake. Ooh, hi, Obsidian Soul. Hi. Perfect timing. I saw it just as I transitioned over. Alrighty. So, tonight's tonight's I be reading. I have a couple of books that I have stumbled upon for no good reason, that have poetry in them. So, I'm going to be reading from them tonight. I thought I would read a couple of the short ones from the one book, and then one of the long ones from the strangely teeny tiny book, and then back and forth. So it'll just be these stories. It'll kind of work like my other story nights, but this time it's all poetry. Ooh. I will need to put on a little bit of a disclaimer similar to the spooky story ones, because some of these poems can actually be a little bit much, but they're just slightly creepy vibes. I don't need to have a big warning, just a little warning that they can have spooky vibes and maybe touch on stuff, and they are both very, very old. So yeah. Oh, hello, Natsu. Hi. I am doing pretty good. We're doing some poetry. Snaps all around. No. Yeah. I don't think I need a text warning up. It's just that it's kind of spooky. Some of the vibes on these poems can be spoopy. So yeah, there's your little warning. I have verbally warned you. It shouldn't be trigger warning necessary. It's just warning of vibe. But okay, it is poetry night. Yay! I should dim the lights in the little cave here. Actually, you know what? Maybe we should go to a different cave. I've got this. I know. We'll do this. Ah! A raid? Well, someone wants to say hi to dear friend. Well, hello. Hello. Puzzles Helmuth VT. Hello. Oh, and a follow already. Guess what that follow means, though? Folks, I just reached 500 followers. 550. I mean, it's so crazy. I just keep growing. Oh my gosh. Hello, Raiders. Hello. Thank you. You can't see me just yet because I was changing. I was going to the next. I was going to a different cave. I need to pull up the right cave. Where's my cave in this? Bring me to the right cave. Oh, it's over here. I mixed it up. Okay. We need lower lighting. No. Also no. We need this one. Okay, here we go. This is the right cave for tonight. Welcome to Emerald Lake, everybody. Thank you so much, Raiders. Welcome in. Thank you. 550 follows. Yay! Yeah, the old cave is probably filled with charred bodies of innocent origami figures. Save your arguments for tomorrow, Frigid. We will hash this out in court. In the court of the origami hand cam. But yes, I wanted to go for a little bit more darker, chill vibes here. So this will be it. You informed him of the trial. Who? Frigid or someone else? The old kid. Great, I'm watching my niece again. It appears that I'm her favorite person. Oh, that's great! Well, we are reading poems. So perhaps niece will pick up on the rhythms. And I will say, konbanwa to the little niece again. Alright. What was I? Okay. I've got no one on my side. You're the prosecution. You're not supposed to have anyone on your side of the table besides yourself. You can find your witnesses later, maybe. Okay. All right. Oh my goodness. What was I? Yes. This is what I was going to do. Now reading that bit. Okay. All right. So, the first book here that we are reading from, the first books of poems. I like to call myself to the stand as a hostile witness. My sister isn't too pleased about you being the favorite. That's so cute, though. Okay, so the first book we are reading is actually called Rhymes of a Red Cross Man. It is a poetry book by Robert W. Service. That's not how you spell forward. And I'm going to be reading the foreword because he has a poem in the very start, just the very first bit of the book, the foreword. So I want to read that quick poem first. And like most of what I read, I don't really know what I'm reading, but this is a bit more like the very first fairy tales. I sort of know some of these because I've had these physical books for a while. They are very, very old, and I know some stuffs, but I can't say I know much. And the other one, you'll figure out what that one is in a bit. Oh, you could do little rats. Hi, turtle boy. Okay. Oh my gosh, I start to speak, and it turned into a frog in my throat. I needed to hydrate, I think. No, this is not a children's book. This is an old-timey poetry, and I could show you the book in the next hand cam. Oh, thank you, Natsu. I just did the hydrate, so I already did it. But yes, frog in the throat. Yes. I had a substitute teacher, and I think one other person, I forget, tell me I should be a lawyer, and I played 4 of the Phoenix Wright games I'm prepared. Put that shop talk away for now. We've got poetry to read. Alright, I'm going to try one more time. Oh, head pet. Good. Okay. Thank you. I've tinkered at my bits of rhymes in weary, woeful waiting times, in doleful hours of battle din, ere yet they brought the wounded in, through vigils of the fateful night, in lousy barns by candlelight, in dugouts sagging and a flood, on stretchers stiff and bleared with blood, by ragged grove and ruined road, by hearths accursed where love abode, by broken altars, blackened shrines, I've tinkered at my bits of rhymes. Oh, and a whole bunch of you. Chat spam. Okay. I've solaced me with scraps of song the desolated ways along, through sickly fields all shrapnel sown, and meadows reaped by death alone, by blazing cross and splintered spire, by headless virgin in the mire, by gardens gashed amid their bloom, by gutted grave, by shattered tomb. Beside the dying and the dead, where rocket green and rocket red, in trembling pools of poising light, with flowers of flame festoon the night, ah me, by what dark ways of wrong I've cheered my heart with scraps of song. So here's my sheaf of war-won verse, and some is bad and some is worse, and if at times I curse a bit, you needn't read that part of it. For though it all like horror runs the red resentment of the guns, and you yourself would mutter when you took the things that once were men and sped them through that zone of hate to where the dripping surgeons wait, and wonder too if in God's sight war ever, ever can be right. Yet may it not be crime and war, but effort misdirected are, and if there's good in war and crime, there may be in my bits of rhyme, my song from out the slaughter mill, so take or leave them as you will. Which rhymes of a Red Cross man forward. It's just his way of saying, a lot of this will be war poems, and I might swear here and there, but choose what you want to read and think what you want to think. And there you go. That's the forward. I see you guys did lots of chat spam. Guys all being goofies. There are some decidedly less war poems by this guy, and I don't think that this particular book has a lot of them that aren't, but he has some fun energy at times, some goofy nonsense. So that's the first stuff. And if you're a history nut, you might like this book. You might not, I don't know. But the next one I'm going to read, Rhymes of a Red Cross Man, I'll get rid of that, but this is all Robert W. Service, for the first little bit. So the next one is called The Call. So I'll read The Call next. I'm a history book nut. Oh, alright, thanks, Runes77. Thanks for the couple messages. And we'll go for probably 3. I'll count the forward as 1. Yeah. We'll do The Call and The Fool, and then we'll swap to the other one. It appears I need more water. Oh my gosh. And the frogs. I don't know why they're hiding in my esophagus. Alright, here we go. The Call. France, August 1st, 1914, it says at the top. Far and near, high and clear, hark to the call of war. Over the gorse and the golden dells, ringing and swinging clamorous bells, praying and saying of wild farewells. War, war, war. High and low all must go, hark to the shout of war. Leave to the women the harvest yield, gird ye men for the sinister field, a sabre instead of a scythe to wield. War, red war. Rich and poor, lord and boor, hark to the blast of war. Tinker and tailor and millionaire, actor in triumph and priest in prayer. Comrades now in the hell out there, sweep to the fire of war. Prince and page, sot and sage, hark to the roar of war. Poet, professor and circus clown, chimney sweeper and fop of the town, into the pot and be melted down, into the pot of war. Women all hear the call, the pitiless call of war. Look your last on your dearest ones, brothers and husbands, fathers, sons. Swift they go to the ravenous guns, the gluttonous guns of war. Everywhere thrill the air, the maniac bells of war. There will be little of sleeping tonight. There will be wailing and weeping tonight. Death's red sickle is reaping tonight. War, war, war. Yes, you guys are right. It is World War I. You're correct. The next one is The Fool. And I realized I didn't read the first bit that I probably ought to have. This particular book, it's hand-me-down. I don't know where we got it, but there's something that has something written in it. Something Ward Woodlands. Looks like November 15th, 1916, in pencil on the front of the book. The first paper, I mean. Um, Rhymes of a Red Cross Man by Robert W. Service, author of, and we've got 4 books their titles are Songs of a Sourdough, Ballads of a Chichaco, Rhymes of a Rolling Stone, and The Trail of 98. Looks like it was published Toronto, William Briggs, 1916. And it says at the very first, to the memory of my brother, Lieutenant Albert Service, Canadian Infantry, killed in action, France, August 1916. So that's all your info at the top. But yes, The Fool. The next poem. Ooh, mayhaps it is a poem about you or many others. I have a feeling it's more about war, though. Okay, The Fool. But it isn't playing the game, he said, and he slammed his books away. The Latin and Greek I've got in my head will do for $1 a day. Rubbish, I cried. The bugle's call isn't for lads from school. Do you think he'd listen? Oh, not at all. So I called him a fool, a fool. Now there's his dog by his empty bed, and the flute he used to play, but his favorite bat, but Dick he's dead, somewhere in France they'd say. Dick with his rapture of song and sun, Dick of the yellow hair, Dickie whose life had but begun, carrying cold out there. That whole paragraph, thank you, that whole verse. Lovely. Okay, there you go. This is a very old book and it's not doing too well. Okay. Look at his prizes all in a row, surely a hint of fame. Now he's finished with nothing to show, doesn't it seem a shame? Look from the window, all you see was to be his one day. Forest and furrow, lawn and lay, and he goes and chucks it away. Chucks it away to die in the dark. Somebody saw him fall. Part of him mud, part of him blood, all the rest of him not at all. And yet I'll be bet he was never afraid, and he never went as the best of 'em go, for his hand was clenched on his broken blade, and his face was turned to the foe. And I called him a fool, oh blind was I, and the cup of my grief's abrim. Will Gloria England never ever die, so long as we've lads like him? So long as we fond and fearless fools, who spurning fortune and fame, turn out with a rallying cry of their schools, just bent on playing the game. A fool, ah no, he was more than wise, his was the proudest part, he died with the glory of faith in his eyes, and the glory of love in his heart. And though there's never a grave to tell, nor a cross to mark his fall, thank God we know that he batted well in the last great game of all. That was The Fool. Your voice has put her to sleep again, and like her, I'll be going to sleep now. Good night, everyone. Well, it doesn't help that I'm reading poems, so it feels just a little bit extra sleepy. But go ahead. Bye-bye. Good night. Go EP. Alright, I was going to swap from War with Robert Service, and I'm going to instead go to I misdone it. I have to be awkward, of course. I have a teensy tiny Edgar Allan Poe book, and I was going to read the first one, which happens to be The Raven. So here we go, The Raven. Who's ready for Raven to read The Raven? Alright. Still not the funnest energy, low vibes, but I'm excited. Quote The Raven, I murdered. Shush, Bridget. I have done nothing yet. That's one thing about the model. You can't see a eyebrow bounce quite as good as a person, but I was bouncing eyebrows. Okay, there we go. The Raven. Once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered, weak and weary, over a many quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as of someone gently rapping at my chamber door. "'Tis some visitor," I muttered, tapping at my chamber door, "only this and nothing more." Ah, distinctly I remember, it was in the bleak December, and each separate dying ember wrought its ghost upon the floor. Eagerly I wished the morrow, vainly I had sought to borrow from my books surcease of sorrow, sorrow for the lost Lenore, for the rare and radiant maiden whom the angels name Lenore, nameless here forevermore. And the silken, sad, uncertain rustling of each purple curtain thrilled me, filled me with fantastic terrors never felt before, so that now, to the still beating of my heart, I stood repeating, "'Tis some visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, some late visitor entreating entrance at my chamber door, this it is, and nothing more." Stop bonking each other, you have plenty of fighting time tomorrow. Okay. Presently my soul grew stronger, hesitating then no longer. "Sir," said I, "or madam, truly, your forgiveness I implore, but the fact is I was napping, and so gently you came rapping, and so faintly you came tapping at my chamber door, that I scarce was sure I heard you. Here I opened wide the door, darkness there, and nothing more." Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there wondering, fearing, doubting, dreaming dreams no mortal ever dared to dream before. But the silence was unbroken, and the darkness gave no token, and the only word there spoken was the whispered word, "Lenore." "This," I whispered, and an echo murmured back the word, "Lenore." Merely this and nothing more. Back into the chamber turning, all my soul within me burning, soon again I heard a tapping somewhat louder than before. "Surely," said I, "surely that is something at my window lattice. Let me see then what threat is, and this mystery explore. Let my heart be still a moment, and this mystery explore. 'Tis the wind and nothing more." Frigid. Okay. Open. Here I flung the shutter, when, with a many a flirt and flutter, in there stepped a stately raven of the saintly days of yore. Not the least obeisance made he, Not an instant stopped or stayed he, but with mine of lord or lady, perched above my chamber door, perched upon a bust of Pallas. Oh my gosh, perched upon a bust of Pallas just above my chamber door, perched and sat, and nothing more. Then this ebony bird beguiling my sad fancy into smiling, by the grave and stern decorum of the countenance it wore. "Though thy crest be shorn and shaven, thou," I said, "art sure no craven, ghastly, grim, and ancient raven, wandering from the nightly shore. Tell me what thy lordly name is, on the night's Plutonian shore." Quoth the raven, "Nevermore." Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer like meaning little relevancy it bore. Why, you little... Yeah, sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm going to back up. Much I marvelled this ungainly fowl to hear discourse so plainly, though its answer little meaning, little relevancy bore, for we cannot help agreeing that no living human being ever yet was blessed with seeing bird above his chamber door, bird or beast upon the sculpted bust above his chamber door, with such name as Nevermore. But the raven, sitting lonely on the placid bust, spoke only that one word, as if his soul in that one word he did outpour. Nothing farther than he uttered, not a feather than he fluttered, till I scarcely more than muttered, "Other friends have flown before." On the morrow he will leave me, as my hopes have flown before. Then the bird said, nevermore. Quoth the raven, eat my shorts, you sillies. Okay. Startled at the stillness broken by reply so aptly spoken, doubtless, said I, what it utters is its only stock and store, caught from some unhappy master, whom unmerciful disaster followed fast and followed faster, till his songs one burden bore, till the dirges of his hope that melancholy burden bore of nevermore. Quoth the raven, never. You goofies. Okay, sorry. Nevermore. But the raven still beguiling all my sad soul into smiling, straight I wheeled a cushioned seat in front of bird and bust and door. Then upon the velvet sinking, I betook myself to linking fancy unto fancy, thinking what this ominous bird of yore, what this grim, ungainly, ghastly, gaunt, and ominous bird of yore meant in croaking nevermore. Treehouse of Horrors are the best. They are. Oh my god, it's great. This I sat engaged in guessing, but no syllable expressing to the fowl whose fiery eyes now burned into my bosom's core. This and more I sat divining, with my head at ease reclining on the cushion's velvet lining that the lamplight gloated o'er, but whose velvet violet lining with the lamplight gloating o'er, she shall press, nevermore. Then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by angels whose faint footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried. Ooh, thank you for the follow, Anubis. Oh my gosh, my eyes, sorry. Anubis D8417. Why does your model look like my tattoo? Why does your tattoo look like me? I want to see that. Join the Discord. I want to see that. Okay, sorry. So I said, then methought the air grew denser, perfumed from an unseen censer, swung by angels whose faint footfalls tinkled on the tufted floor. Wretch, I cried, thy God hath lent thee, by these angels he hath sent me respite, and nepenthe from thy memories of Lenore. Quaff, oh quaff this kind nepenthe. Oh my gosh, what is this on? My mic was tickling me. Nepenthe, and forget this lost Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, whether tempter sent or whether tempest tossed thee here ashore, desolate yet all undaunted, on this desert land enchanted, on this home by horror haunted, tell me truly, I implore, is there balm in Gilead? Tell me, I implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Prophet, said I, thing of evil, prophet still, if bird or devil, by that heaven that bends above us, by that God we both adore. Oh, okay. Tell this soul with sorrow laden, if within the distant Aidenn it shall clasp a sainted maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Clasp a rare and radiant maiden, whom the angels name Lenore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. Be that word our sign of parting, bird or fiend, I shrieked, upstarting. Get thee back into the tempest and the night's Plutonian shore. Leave no black plume as a token of that lie thy soul hath spoken. Leave my loneliness unbroken. Quit the bust above my door. Take thy beak from out my heart, and take thy form from off my door. Quoth the raven, nevermore. And the raven, never flitting, still is sitting on the pallid bust of Pallas, just above my chamber door, and his eyes have all the seeming of a demon's that is dreaming, and the lamplight o'er him, streaming, throws his shadow on the floor. And my soul from out that shadow lies floating on the floor, shall be lifted nevermore. That was the raven. There we go. A little bit of tissue paper as a bookmark. But okay. There we have The Raven done. This is usually in between stories I get my redeems, and I have now read from each book. We've got the vibes. I'm gonna ask for redeems in between books, so it'll be one full poem from Edgar Allan Poe, and like a 2 or 3 or something from Robert Service, because Poes are longer and Services are often pretty short. Well, in this book anyway. So if anybody has any redeems, this is the time. And then we'll get into what's the first of the. We'll get into The Volunteer by Robert W. Service. Volunteer, then The Convalescent, and then The Man from Athabasca. Ooh, The Man from Athabasca is a bit longer, but that'll be it. The Volunteer, Convalescent, and The Man from Athabasca. Another origami paper bookmark. Perfect. Typing. That sounds lovely. Let's do that. Thank you, Frigid. We'll move the mic and such. Okay, I find offense that you have done this, but I will say it because it is what I do. Origami genocide. That is the trigger word you chose. But okay. Alright, typing. You cry? You asked for it, you little butthead. Why you little? Okay. Okay, that was plenty of tippy-tappy typing. Very clickety-clack. And now, boop-a-doop, I have... Okay, good. I have humming. Alright, humming, humming, humming. And Cage says he's gonna wind up making himself feel so guilty it's gonna wind up like that one case of Phoenix Wright where the defendant is so blatantly guilty that you're doing your best to not get him found innocent while still not lying, but on the opposite end. I'll be honest, my brain isn't in it right now, and I don't know this case that you're referring to, so I'm out. I've got Matlock and Perry Mason on my side. Okay, sure. My brain tapped out. Save your arguments for tomorrow. That's what I suggest. Okay, here we go. He's gonna find you innocent on his own. Ah, okay. Yeah. My favorite author wrote a short story on a topic like this. It's called Punishment Without Crime. I don't know it. What is it? Oh, wait. We have one more sharpening sound. Do 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 do. All right. Here we go. Moving the mic around. I apologize if it's noisy. Oh, that it was. My goodness. Ooh. And that was our mic arm sharpening sound. Alrighty. We'll put those away. And then we are reading the next story. So, next poems. Back to Rhymes of a Red Cross Man. The Volunteer, that's right. That's what this one is. There we go. They said boop, go. Yes. Okay. The Volunteer. I realize I should Google something quickly because I'm not sure what this is. I'm not sure what this is, but it looks like it says 1, SEZ1, which the best it can give me is a song from Too Recently to Be Real for this poem. But ooh, thank you for the follow. Ortis55R, thank you. Welcome. Okay. So I'll just take a stab at how to read this. I don't know. Whoa. Oh, okay. I finds out his wife angry relationship. Oh. Oh. That is very interesting. It's a very interesting short story. I will do that page ruffling right after Robert Service reading. I will do that soon, but okay. We've got a couple poems to read first. Alright. So, yeah, I'm not sure how I should say this, but I'm gonna guess that it says 1, SEZ1, SEZ1. The Volunteer. SEZ1. And then it's like it's got a colon, so they say it. But anyway. My country calls, well, let it call. I grins pearlitely and declines with thanks. Oh. Okay. There's an accent in this. I'm gonna try and put it on. My country calls. No. Oh my goodness. It's brain. I'm giggling too much. Well, maybe I'll pick it up as I go along then. Anyway. I grins pertinently and declines with thanks. Go, let 'em plaster every blighted wall. Here's one they don't stampede into the ranks. Them politicians with their greasy ways, them empire grabbers fight for 'em? No fear. I seen this mess a comin' from the days of Algeciras and Aguirre. I felt me passion rise and swell, but what the hell, Bill, what the hell? Says one. My country, mine, I likes their cheek. This is not a distinguished gentleman, let's be clear. It is a British gentleman, but it's not a distinguished one. Bloody hell. Really. Okay. I likes their cheek, me mud bespattered by the cars they drive. What makes me measly 30 bob a week, and sweats red blood to keep meself alive. Fight for the right to slave that they may spend, them in their mansions, me here in my slum. No, let 'em fight what's something to defend. What's something to defend. But me, I've nothing. Let the Kaiser come. And so I cusses hard and well. But what the hell, Bill, what the hell? If they would do the decent thing and shield the missus and the little ones, why even I might shout God save the king and face the chances of them hungry guns. But we've got 3, another on the way. Is that what makes me snarls and set me jaw? The wife and nippers, what of 'em, I say, if I gets knocked out in the blasted war. Gets proper busted by a shell, but what the hell, Bill, what the hell? Aye, what the hell's the use of all this talk? Today some boys in blue was passin' me, and some of 'em said they had no legs to walk, and some of 'em said they had no eyes to see, and well, I couldn't look 'em in the face, and so I'm going to declare I'm under 41, and take me place to face the music with the bunch out there. Fool, you say, maybe you're right. I'll have no peace unless I fight. I've ceased to think, I only know. I gotta go, Bill, I gotta go. That was the volunteer. Heavy accent and fun. What the hell, Bill, what the hell to... I gotta go, Bill, I gotta go. I did the stuttered T's, though. That wasn't in the text. They really had a billion apostrophes, though. And with thanks instead of with and such. So that's fun. But ooh, bloody hell. Alright. And now, the convalescent. Give me a minute while I type with one hand. Oh goodness, I've got all kinds of problems. Oh no, this. Okay. You what, mate? You what? There you go. Okay, convalescent. This is someone probably a little in between who we just read. Okay. Yeah. So I walked among the willows very quietly all night. There was no moon at all, no timid star alight. There was no light at all. I went from tree to tree, and I called him as his mother called, but he niver answered me, niver. N-I-V-V-R. I don't know if this is supposed to have an accent. Niver. Well, I called him in the night time as I walked the wood alone, and I listened, but I niver heard him moan. Hello, Tetra. And I found him at the dawning, when the sorry sky was red. I was looking for the living, but I only found the dead. Sure I know that it was Seamus by the silver cross he wore, but the bugles they were calling, and I heard the cannon roar. Oh, I had no time to tarry, so I said a little prayer, and I clasped his hands together, and I left him lying there. Now the birds are singing, and I'm home in Donegal, Oh, it's Irish. And it's springtime, and I'm thinking that I only dreamed it all. I dreamed about that evil wood, all crowded with its dead, where I knelt beside me brother when the battle dawn was red. Where I prayed beside me brother ere I went to flight anew. Such dreams as these were evil dreams, I can't believe it's true. Where all is love and laughter, sure it's hard to think of loss, but mother's sayin' nothin' and she clasps a silver cross. I can double check, but I should have had an accent there. Yeah, that's indeed. I should have been Irish. I wasn't. I prayed beside me brother ere I went to fight anew. That's what I should have done, but I didn't. Did I ever tell you about the time I went gambling in Ireland? No, you did not. But I have another story. The man from Athabasca. And then you can tell me yours, while I page ruffle and such. Oh, I need to change the title. That's what I need to do. The. I misspelled Athabasca. Oops. Okay. Oh, the wife she tried to tell me that 'twas nothing but the thrumming of a woodpecker rapping on a hollow of a tree, and she thought I was a fooling when I said it was the drumming of the mustering of legions, and 'twas calling unto me. 'Twas calling me to pull my freight and hop across the sea. And a mending of my fish nets, sure I started up in wonder, for I heard a savage roaring, and 'twas coming from afar. Oh, the wife she tried to tell me that 'twas only summer thunder, and she laughed a bit sarcastic when I told her it was war. 'Twas the chariots of battle where the mighty armies are. Then down the lake came half-breed Tom with russet sail a-flying. That's a disgusting sentence. Anyway, I didn't know what I was saying. Okay. And the word he said was war again, so what was I to do? Oh, the dogs they took to howling, and the missus took to crying, as I flung my silver foxes in the little birch canoe. Yes, the old girl stood a-blubbing till an island hid the view. Says the factor, Mike, you're crazy, they have soldier men a-plenty. You're as gristled as a badger, and you're 60 years so. But I haven't missed a scrap, says I, since I was 21. And shall I miss the biggest? You can bet your whiskers no. So I sold my furs and started, and that's 18 months ago. For I joined the Foreign Legion, and they put me for a starter in the trenches of the Argonne with the Boche a step away. And the partner on my right hand was an Apache from Montmartre. On my left there was a millionaire from Pittsburgh, USA. Poor fellow, they collected him in bits the other day. But I'm sprier than a chipmunk, save a touch of the lumbago. Don't know what that is. And they calls me old Methuselah, and blagues me all the day. And blogs me? I don't know what that is, but it's in italics, unlike the rest of it. I'm their exhibition sniper, and they work for me like a dago, and laugh to see me plug a Boche a half a mile away. Oh, I hold the highest record in the regiment, they say. And at night they gather round me, and I tell them of my roaming, and the country of the... Oh my gosh, my eyes. And the country of the crepuscle beside the frozen sea. I feel like that's wrong. Where the why am I not able to say that? That is perfectly capable for me. Muskox. There you go. Where the My brain is not doing well. This is a word I know well. Why am I doing this? Where the muskox runs unchallenged and the caribou goes homing. And they sit like little children, just as quiet as can be. You okay there? Clearly I wasn't. Have you ever forgotten? Oh no, it's bad. I was gonna say, have you ever forgotten a word that makes no sense to forget? Because I've had friends that forgotten chair and spoon, the two of them separately, and I couldn't pronounce I still can't. Muskox. I have to slow down every time I do it today. I don't know what is wrong. Muskox. Muskox. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sit like little children, just as quiet as can be. Men of every clime and color, how they hearken unto me. I'm gonna keep moving. And I tell them of the furland, of the tump line and the paddle, of secret rivers loitering that no one will explore. And I tell them of the ranges, of the pack strap and the saddle. And they fill their pipes in silence, and their eyes beseech for more, while above their star shells fizzle and the high explosives roar. Muck socks. Exactly what I keep trying to say, which is nonsense. Muskox. Jeez, come on. I can do that. Okay. Tell them of the range, pack strap in the saddle, and they fill their pipes and explosives roar, yes. And I tell of lakes fish haunted, where the big bull moose are calling, and the forest still as sepulchres, with never trail or track, and valleys packed with purple gloom, and mountain peaks appalling. And I tell them of my cabin on the shore at Fond du Lac. And I find myself a-thinking, sure, I wish that I was back. So I brag of bear and beaver while the batteries are roaring, and the fellows on the firing steps are blazing at the foe. And I yarn of fur and feather when the marmites are a-soaring, and they listen to my stories. 7 poilus in a row. What is this? They say it 2 more times at least. Poilus in a row. 7 lean and lousy poilus with their cigarettes aglow. And I tell them when it's over how I'll hike for Athabasca. And those 7 greasy poilus, they are crazy to go too. And I'll give the wife the pickle tub I promised, and I'll ask her the price of mink and marten and the run of caribou. And I'll get my traps in order, and I'll start to work anew. For I've had my fill of fighting, and I've seen a nation scattered, and an army swung to slaughter, and a river red with gore, and a city all a-smolder, and as if it really mattered, for the lake is yonder dreaming, and my cabin's on the shore. There's a big ... where I took that big breath. For I've had my fill of fighting, city, and as if it really mattered. For the lake is yonder dreaming, and my cabin's on the shore, and the dogs are leaping madly, and the wife is singing gladly, and I'll rest in Athabasca, and I'll leave it nevermore. I'm reading that as he's planning, he's telling the stories, it's getting harder, and then either he's gone or he's trying to say he never left. Or finally he gets home, but yeah, I think he's gone. And then he's back. But it does say the wife is singing gladly, so maybe not. This has a lot of odd words that I enjoy, like sepulcher, and I think I heard that's exactly the word that I can't pronounce. Do you want to give me instructions on those? But do you know poilus? I don't know this one. Tell me that one. I know I've looked up sepulcher, right? That's what I messed up. Because that one seems familiar. Yeah, I'm not familiar with it. Marmites. I know marmots. But yeah, some funky words in there. But alright, that was our story. So now I'll go to Paige Rufflin. And then we'll go back to Edgar Allan Poe. And his next one is To Helen. Helen is next. I went to gamble in Ireland, started out slow. Before you knew it, I was doubling my money. I should have seen it coming. Plural of poilu. What is poilu? Looks like Poilus's inventory. Oh. And marmites might be a thing for that. Maybe they had the... No, that doesn't make sense. C'est fond de lac and... I don't know. Alright. Bring me pages for ruffling, because this old book and the tiny book, neither of them are actually very good for that. Okay. Not... that looked like plague ruffling if I had done it. I was a lieutenant in the Salvation Army. I'm actually a big no Salvation Army person. Long story. There you go, page ruffling. Small book. Crepuscule. That's what I thought it was, but I'm like, it also took me a good couple seconds to understand what letters were even in order. Because I don't see it enough. Crepuscule. Twilight. I think I knew that at one point. Probably reading fairy tales and looked it up and then forgot it. Probably. But okay. Story isn't that long. I think I get why. Yeah, there's a couple of reasons why. Scam artists wouldn't surprise me. Not really. Anyway. Okay. I need to focus. Pages. And a bigger book, the funner book for this. That was page ruffling. Yes, that's where I know it. Crepuscular. I can see that word, and I don't get stuck on the letters. I recognize that word. Why did I not recognize it in the other form? Frickin' heck. Anyway, I absolutely refuse to use PayPal after they treated me once. No, it's the more public reasons. And I've heard lots of more personal stories as well, but it's the public reasons. So Cage will probably give you all the good stuff on that. But alright. That was that. Did we have any other redeems? I'm perfectly happy to keep moving, but I'll give you a moment and just prepare to Helen. Not to Hele. Okay. It could be a Hele. I don't know. Humming, of course. I haven't read Helen, so I don't know how this will go. But okay. Humming instead. Alright. Alright, that was our hummings. Hum 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 hum. Boop. I like those little waving people, but it does make me uncomfy that they don't wave at the same rates. Even the ones that wave at closer rates, they don't quite wave right, and it makes me uncomfy. Get together, come on. Alright, to Helen. Helen. Alright, wait. There's book. I don't even know how long this one is. Oh no, wait. Now I do. It wasn't long before I found out. I think it is shorter than Raven. Alright. Helen, thy beauty is to me like those Nicean barks of yore, that gently o'er a perfumed sea the weary, wayworn wanderer bore to his own native shore. On desperate seas long wont to roam, thy hyacinth hair, thy classic face, thy naiad airs have brought me home to the glory that was Greece and the grandeur that was Rome. Lo, in yon brilliant window niche, how statue-like I see thee stand, the agate lamp within thy hand, a Psyche from the regions which are Holy Land. Well, this one was short. I will read the next short one. Yes, they do. They look like the same template, but not in the right timing. This is The City in the Sea. That's what this one is. And that should be capitalized. There we go. The City in the Sea, also very short. Lo, death has reared himself a throne in a strange city lying alone, far down within the dim west, where the good and the bad and the worst and the best have gone to their eternal rest. There shrines and palaces and towers, time-eaten towers that tremble not, resemble nothing that is ours, around by lifting winds forgot. Wind is, wind. Okay. Resignedly beneath the sky, the melancholy waters lie. No rays from the holy heaven come down on the long night time of that town, but light from out the lurid sea streams up the turrets silently, gleams up the pinnacles far and free, up domes, up spires, up kingly halls, up fames, up Babylon-like walls, up shadowy, long-forgotten bowers, up sculptured ivy and stone flowers, up many and many a marvelous shrine, whose wreathed phrases intertwine, the phial, the violet, and the vine. Resignedly beneath the sky the melancholy waters lie, so blend the turrets and shadows there, that all seem pendulous in air, while from a proud tower in the town death looks gigantically down. There open fanes and gaping graves yawn level with the luminous waves, but not the riches there that lie in each idol's diamond eye, not the gaily jeweled not the gaily jeweled dead tempt the waters from their bed, for no ripples curl, alas, along that wilderness of glass. No swellings tell that winds may be upon some far-off happier sea. No heavings hint that winds have been on seas less hideously serene. Forced the rhymes, you just end up saying things weirdly. Okay. But lo, a stir is in the air, the wave, there is a movement here, as if the towers had thrown aside, in sightly sinking the dull tide, as if their tops had feebly given a void within the filmy heaven. The waves have now a redder glow, the hours are breathing faint and low, and when amid no earthly moans, down that town shall settle hence, hell, rising from 1,000 thrones, shall do it reverence. The end. Ooh, hoo, hoo, ooh. It's probably down to how the artists animated them, and I definitely recognize the source inspiration, methinks. Ooh. Got me wanting to check the frame timings, feeling the frame counts are identical but set to different timing. Ooh, yes, maybe. Oh, well, this one's just 2 pages, and it's these teensy tiny pages, so I think that I should read it. But how long is the next one? Also, a while. And then I know the bells. Okay, fine. We'll do the last. We'll do that too, and then the bells its own. Okay. We have either more redeems or more W service. Robert service. Do. No, don't do that. There you go. That's what we're after. Bop. Bop, bop, bop. Okay, no, don't sing copyrighted things. Ow! Things in my eyeballs. Things out of my eyeballs. Better. Okay. If we have no redeems, I will move on to Robert W. Service, and that is perfectly good. Ah, comb twings. Scissor snips. We can do this. All right. Ooh. Metamon? Metamon? Is that what you meant to say? Not Metatron, maybe? No? Okay. They are not the same in frame count or timing. Ooh. Intriguing. Okay. I don't know why you're giggling. Metamon is Ditto. Excuse me? It's not Ditto. It's Ditto. What? I'm so confused. But okay, comb time. That's what we was doing. I'll focus. Use your brain ribbon. Okay. Oh, I understand now. Aha, I follow now. I see you. I was very confused. Okay. Okay, that was comb. Now we do scissors. There we go. Okay. And there was scissors. Okay. Whoop. So now he's reading, and it is not scissors. It's the next Rhymes of a Red Cross Man. The Red Retreat. Ooh, and that one is a bit longer. The Haggis of Private McGee is significantly long. I'm gonna go for it. I'm still gonna read the two of them. They're longer, both of them, but I'm reading both. So it'll be the Red Retreat and then the Haggis one. Here we go. Back into Robert W. Service again. Tramp, tramp, the grim road, the road from Mons to Wipers. I've hammered out this ditty with me bruised and bleeding feet. Tramp, tramp, the dim road, we didn't have no pipers. We've got a little bit of an accent here. We don't have H's, but I can't. Oh no, it says blimey. I was gonna say, like, we're not French, are we? Nope, no, we are not. Tramp, tramp, the grim road, the road from Mons to Wipers. I've hammered out this ditty with me bruised and bleeding feet. Tramp, tramp, the dim road, we didn't have no pipers, and bellies that was aller was the drums we had to beat. Tramp, tramp, the bad road, the bits o' kiddies crying there, the fell birds a flying there, the houses all aflame. Tramp, tramp, the sad road, the pals I left a lying there, red there and dead there. Oh blimey, it's a shame. A singin' who's your lady friend? We started out from Arver, a singin' till our throats were dry. We didn't gara ang. Deal with it. If it's written in an accent, unfortunately I must. The Frenchies, how they lined the way and slung us their palaver. Blimey, we're Aussies. No, not quite. Fisticuffs and kangaroo. No, I'm still reading British. I'm not even reading it the way you want it. The Frenchies, how they lined the way and slung us with their palaver, and all we knowed to answer was the one word vang. They gave us booze and caporal and cheered for us like crazy, and all the pretty gels was out to kiss us as we passed. And how they went dotty when we howled the Marseillaise. Oh God, them was the happy days, the days too good to last. We started out fro God knows where. We started out a roarin'. We hollered, here we go again, and struth, but we was dry. What? We hollered, here we go again, and struth, but we was dry. The dust was gummin' up our ears, and how the sweat was pourin'. The road was long, the sun was like a brazier in the sky. We wondered where the Huns was. We wasn't long a wonderin', for down a scruff of hillside they rushes like a flood. The note was music heavenly, our batteries a thunderin', and arms and legs went soarin' in the fountain of their blood. For on they came like bee swarms a hoochin' and a singin'. We pumped the bullets into 'em, we couldn't miss a shot. But though we mowed 'em down like grass, the grass was they a springin', and all our hands was blistered, for our rifles was so hot. We roared with battle fury, and we lammed the stuffin' out 'em. And then we fixed our bayonets, and we spit at 'em like meat. You should have heard the beggars squeal. You should have seen the rout of 'em. And how we cussed and wondered when the word came, retreat. Retreat, that was the hell of it. It fair upset our habits, our runnin' from them blighters o'er half the roads of France, a scurryin' before 'em like a lot of blurry rabbits, and knowin' we could smash 'em if we had half a chance. Retreat, that was the bitter bit, a limpin' and a blunderin', all day and night a hoofin' it, and sleepin' on our feet, a fightin' rear guard actions for a bit o' rest, and wonderin' if sugar beets or mangels was the wholesomest to eat. Oh yes, there isn't many left that started out so cheerily. There was no bands a playin', and we had no automobiles. It really says automobiles. Automobiles. Anyway, sorry. Our tummies they were oller, and our heads was hangin' wearily. And if we stopped to light a fag,
I said it, and I know we know the meaning of what I just said, so shush, please, and we will not say it again. And the Uns was on our heels. That rotten road, I can't forget the kids and mothers flying there, the bits of barns a-blazing and the horrid sights I saw. The stiffs that line the wayside, me own pals a-lying there, their faces covered over with a leap, a little heap of straw. Tramp, tramp the red road, the wicked bullets I'm in. I've panted out this ditty with me aught hard breath. Tramp, tramp the road dread, the botches all a-comin', the lootin' and the shootin' and the shrieks o' death. Tramp, tramp the fell road, the mad horde pursuin' there. And now we hurled it back again, them grim grey waves. Tramp, tramp the L road, the horror and the ruin there. The graves of me mateys there, the grim, sour graves. Still weird to me that that is a term in modern British English. Not even a dated term. Yeah, it's weird, but I think it's weirder that we have terms that just are so awful on each other anyway. I want to be positive and think of that meaning instead of the other one, you know? Even the one that I avoid, at least the reason that one I avoid is because it's the full term as well. The one that I've always avoided in the fairy tales is because it's the full term. I can't even a little bit say it. Oh, my mic stand. It's just fell off. I am sorry. It has fallen, and I am mad. It's back. You should be fine to hear me. Just me now. Okay. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's not great. But we are back and stable enough. Okay. The next one was the one with Haggis. The Haggis of Private McGee. That's what that one was. So Private McGee is making haggis for the troops, I guess. I don't know. Positane. Oh no, this one's Scottish. I can't. I should have known that it would be. I can't. We have mic arm sharpening, mic arm springs, and now mic arm assembly. I mean, you're not wrong. It's slipping and sliding. It's not staying put like I want it to. I don't know what to think. Okay. Full package. Maybe you can get sponsored. Mayhaps. Mayhaps. Alright. Kiss us. Kiss us. No. Tissue paper, no. That was the sound of the mic hitting my shoulder. Oh, this was what I feared. Okay. The wheels of the chair rolling over the paper, but it was fine. It didn't rip it up. We survived. Okay. me 2 minutes to listen to somebody Scottish. And I will be able to read that. But as of now, I cannot. I messed up the Irish one and that breaks my heart. And I want to go back and read it fully in Irish. But I need to I need to make sure my brain is on that level. For whatever reason, we just dipped right into the... what was that? A poor attempt at Cockney? I don't know what that was. Right, buff and all that. But okay. We're going to go to Poe instead. We'll do the short ones for Poe, and then we can go into that next one in Robert's service. And that'll be perfectly good. That'll be enough time. And then Redeems. And while you guys do Redeems, I will listen to somebody Scottish. And this one is called A Dream Within a Dream. And I realize I haven't capitalized any of this, and I should. But is there anyone here who is a fan of the movie Princess Bride? Because I'm reading this, and I'm hearing that dweeb within a dweeb. Marriage, that blessed arrangement. That dweeb within a dweeb. Marriage. Cherish your wife. Sorry. I can't forget his lovely beard, that old man. That dweeb within a dweeb. I kind of want to try and read this within his, but there's no way I'd know how he would read this. He's so chaotic with the way he spoke. Okay, and it's very short, but I could try. She kissed me. She kissed me. I love that old man moment too. He's like, that's nice. She kissed me. I just told you I'm gonna die, you little asshole man. And then he dies. It's like, oh no, okay, now it makes sense. But okay. A dweeb within a dweeb. Take this kiss upon the brow, and in parting from you now, thus much let me avow, you are not wrong, who deem that my days have been a dream. Yet if hope has flown away, in a night or in a day, in a vision or in none, is it therefore the less gone? All that we see or seem is but a dream within a dream. I stand amid the roar of a surf-tormented shore, and I hold within my hand grains of the golden sand. How few, yet how they creep through my fingers to the deep, while I weep, O God, can I not grasp them with a tighter clasp? O God, can I not save one from the pitiless wave? Is all that we see or seem but a dream within a dream? And that's the end of that one. And then this next one, an intriguing title. I'm going to let you just read the title. That was not necessary. Oh my gosh. No. The Conqueror, but there's one more. The Conqueror what? The Conqueror Worm. Lo, 'tis a gala night, within the lonesome latter years. An angel throng bewinged, bedight, in veils and drowned in tears, sit in a theatre to see a play of hope and fears, while the orchestra breathes fitfully the music of the spheres. The music of the sphere, oh yeah. Mimes in the form of God on high mutter and mumble low, and hither and thither fly. Mere muppets they who come and go. Mere puppets, not muppets. Oh my gosh, mere puppets they who come and go. At bidding of vast formless things that shift the scenery to and fro, flapping from out their quander wings invisible woe. That motley drama, oh be sure, it shall not be forgot, with its phantom chased for evermore by a crowd that sees it not, through a circle that ever returneth into the self same spot, and much of madness and more of sin, and horror the soul of the plot. Now I want the Muppets performances right here. Can you imagine Edgar Allan Poe actually knowing the Muppets? Anyway, sorry. But see, amid the mimic rout, a crawling shape intrude, a blood-red thing that writhes from out the scenic solitude. It writhes with mortal pangs. The mimes become its food, and the angels sob at vermin fangs, in human gore imbued. Out are the lights, out all, and over each quivering form the curtain of funeral pall comes down with the rush of a storm, and the angels, all pallid and wan, not wan, wan, uprising, unveiling, affirm that the play is the tragedy, man, and its hero is the conqueror worm. I have no idea what the heck he's referring to. If this is a real play you were talking about, I think I hate it. But also, maybe I love it. I don't know what is going on, though. Anyway, that was the Conqueror Worm. Please, your redeems. I will mute and I will be back soon. Very soon, I hope. Okay, there's been no redeems, but I have I have an attempt at an accent. Alright. Oh no. Okay. Oh boy. Haggis. Oh. Private. Nick. Fee. There we go. Oh god. Oh, you can see any of that. I can. Okay. Oh, I don't even know how to do this. Okay. Shut up. Actually, with accents, it's what you can hear. Oh no, I'm losing it. Damn it. You made me lose it. I apologise. Okay, I'm still gonna be awful. Hi, ye her with my old mither's posit Timmy. I'm trying my best here. It fair makes me hamsick, says Private McPhee. And what did she send ye? Says Private McFun, as he cocked his rifle and blazed at a Hun. A haggis, a haggis, says Private McPhee. I can't. The rawest big haggis I ever did see. I ever did see. And think, it's the morn when fond memory turns to haggis and whisky, the birthday of Burns. We maun find a dram, then we'll call in the rest. Call in the rest. All the lads, and we'll have a Burns knit with the best knit a Burns knit night. Is it night? Anyway, be ready at sundown. Snapped Sergeant McCall. Want you two men for the listening patrol. Jesus. Then Private McPhee looked at Private McFun. I'm thinking, my lad. No, I'm going. Damn it. Okay, I can do this. Can I give up? Okay. We're confoundedly done. I'm thinking, my lad, we're confoundedly done. Then Private McFun looked at Private McPhee. I'm thinking, old chap, it's a half with Osprey. I couldn't even tell you what that said. But up spoke their crony wee Wooly McNair. Just lee your braw haggis for me to prepare. And as for the dram, if I search the camp round, we maun a drappy to just hand it down. Say, rin lads, and think, though the night be all black, or the haggis that's waiting you when you get back. Oh, I'm trying so hard. My, but it was waysome on naebody's land, and the date they were rotten on every hand, and the rockets like corpse candles haunted the sky, and the winds o' destruction went shuddering by. There was skelping o' bullets and skirling o' shells, and bringing o' bombs, and 1,000 death knells. But Corian Doon in a Jack Johnson hole, little fashed the twa men o' the listening patrol, for sweeter than honey did, and bricked as a gem, was the thought o' the haggis that waited for them. Yet alas, in oor moments o' sunniest cheer, calamities aften maist cruelly near. And while the twa talked o' their pudding divine, the botches below them were hawking a mine. Please, everyone, make fun of me later. And while the twa cracked o' the feast, they could ha. I can't do the HA apostrophe E. I don't know how to skip a V on this one. I can do or, but I can't ha. Ugh. The fuse, it was burning and burning away. Then sudden a roar like the thunder o' doom. A hell leap of flame. Lots of dots. Then the wheesht o' the tomb. Ha, Jock, are you hurt it? Says Private McPhun. Aye, Geordie, they've got me. I'm fearing I'm done. It's my leg. I'm just thinking it's aff at the knee. It's aff at the knee. Ye'd best gang and leave me, says Private McPhee. Oh, leave ye, I wunna, says Private McPhun, and leave ye I cunna, for though I might run, I might, why, might, had it, might run. It's no far I would gang. It's no muckle I'd see. I'm blinded, and that's with the matter of me. Matter with me. Then Private McPhee sadly shaketh his head. If we bide here for long, we'll be bidden for dead. And yet, Geordie lad, I could gang weel content if I'd lasted that haggis me old midder sent. If I'd tasted that haggis me old midder sent. That's droll, says McPhun. You've just speakit my mind. Oh, I ken, it's the terrible thing to be blind, and yet it's not that embitters my loot. It's missing that braw muckle haggis you've got. They're staying alive for the haggis. Okay. For a while they were silent. Then up once again spoke Private McPhee, though he was hilt with pain. He whistled with pain. Oh, whistled. Okay. And why should we miss it between you and me? We've legs for to run, and we've eyes for to see. You lend me your shanks, and I'll lend you my sight, and we'll both have a kit full of haggis tonight. Oh my gosh, you're so stinky. I'm stinky? I'm not stinky. I'm just trying really hard. Okay. But thank you for joining us, I guess, Jas. Oh, the sky, it was door-like and dreeping away when Private McPhun gruppet. Not a muppet or a puppet, a gruppet. Private McPhee. Oh, the glare, it was flying and crashing the grun. When Private McPhee go with? I don't know. Got it, Private McPhun. Keep clear o' them corpses that are maybe no dead. Ooh, they might not be dead. Hold on, there's a big muckle crater ahead. Look out, there's a sap. We'll be high in a coop. A star shell, for God's sake. Doon, lad, you're dope. Bear off to your right. ... Oh, you're doing just fine. Before the net's finished. On Agus we'll dine. There was death and destruction on every hand. There was havoc and horror on nobody's land. Oh my god, I'm losing it. Hold on, there's a big muckle crater ahead. Look out, there's a sap. Okay. There was havoc on horror on nobody's land. I can't. Nobody's. Nobody's land. I don't know how to say. No, Neman's. I can't. I'm losing it. Moving on. We gotta keep moving. She's so much better when she first started, but she's still. Okay, shut up. Do I need to listen again? You keep doing this, I'm gonna lose it. Okay. And the shells bickered done with crump and a glare, and the harmless wee bullets were dinging the air. Yet on they went staggering, currying doon, when the stutter and cluck o' a Maxim crept roon. The legs o' McPhun, they were sturdy and stout, and McPhee on his back kept a bonny look out. On, my brave lad, we're no far frae the goal. I can hear the braw searing o' Sergeant McCole. Well, I try, but I'm losing it every second. And half of this, I don't know how to read it in this particular. Like, if you just gave me the words and then I just said it, I would probably be less lost. Okay. Some of it helps, though. Oh, go back. It was better in a minute. That one. Okay, where's the haggis? I did see. To haggis and whisky, the birthday of bronze. We maun find a dram, and we'll call it the rest. All the lads. Burns net with the best. No. Right, Sundon. Okay. We try. Where? Oh no. Oh, I've just punctured the page. That's not good. Okay. Shells bickered down with a crump and a glare, and the harmless wee bullets were dinging the air. Yet on they went staggering, currying doon when the stutter and cluck o' a Maxim crept roon, and the legs of McFun they were sturdy and stood, and McPhee on his back kept a bunny lookout. On, my brave lad, we're no far frae the goal. I can hear the brass swearing of Sergeant McCall. Oh, the swearing. But strength has its limit, and Private McFun, wi' a sab and a curse, fell his length on a grun. Then Private McPhee shouted doon his ear, "Just think o' the haggis! I smell it from here. It's gushing wi' juice. It's a bomb in the air. It's steaming for us, and we're just about there, just about there." Then Private McPhee answers, "Damn it, old chap." Oh no, that's damn it, old chap. For the sake of that haggis, I'll gang till I drap. And he gets on his feet with a heave and a strain, and onward he staggers in passion and pain. Oh, we're trying. And the flare and the glare and the fury increase, till you'd think they'd just taken a hell on a lease. And on they go reeling in pitiful plight, and someone is shouting away on their right, and someone is running and know they can hear a sound like a prayer and a sound like a cheer. And swift through the crash and the flash and the din, the lads of the Highlands are bringing them in. They're baith sarly wounded. Oh, that's it. They're bath sarly wounded, but is it no droll who they rave about haggis, says Sergeant McCall. When herplin alang what's that? Herplin When herplin alang comes the wee Wooly McNair, and they a wondered why he is greeting Cesare, and he says, "I just lifted it out the put, and there it lay steaming and savoury hot, when sudden I looked at the flesh of a shell, and it drapped on the haggis and dinged it to hell." No! A shell got the haggis! And oh, but the lads were fair taken aback. Then sudden the order was pissed to attack, and up from the trenches like lions they leapt, and on through the night like a torrent they swept, on and on with their bayonets thirsting before, on to the foe wi' a rush and a roar, and wild to the welkin their battle cry rang, and down to the boches like tigers they sprang, and there wasna a man but had death in his eye, in his ee, for he thought o' the haggis o' Private McPhee. So they killed the haggis. They shot the haggis down, and I can't do it anymore. I can't do any more, Sky. Please, no. Not this unprepared. I can't do it. It's so aggressive. The apostrophes, and half of it makes sense and half of it does not, and there are some words that I would have had more of a accent. I can't do it. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I can't. Oh my goodness. If you liked that, then if I get enough of you, literally if I get 3 of you to tell me to go back and read the Irish one properly in Irish, then I will. But oh my god, the Scottish one. I'm gonna move on to the bells in Poe, and then we'll have redeems. The bells, the bells, the bells. It's extremely repetitive, but the bells. And I don't have to be in an accent. But now my brain is like, aren't we supposed to be Scottish? I have to be like, no, we're not. Please, no. It's a little bit unsettled. It's like, what are we supposed to be? Are we not? Are we not? No, we're not. Shut up, brain. Because if you didn't know, accents is entirely someone sounds like one thing and you want to be like them, and so you start sounding like them. You mimic them and you keep sounding like them, and that's it. That's how accents happened. That's how I've bounced around accents. I have not ever properly been Scottish. I was for a very, 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 very brief Irish. Less brief British. Significantly other times. Those ones barely counted. North American of various sorts. Southern and up here and over there and such. But anyway. I am Turtle Island. Why the other side of the frickin'... They poisoned me. They poisoned me in their various ways. But okay, the bells. Tell me if you want Irish, but otherwise I'm not doing that again for a while. The bells. 1. Hear the sledges with the bells, silver bells. What a world of merriment their melody foretells, how they tinkle, tinkle, tinkle in the icy air of night, while the stars that oversprinkle all the heavens seem to twinkle with a crystalline delight, keeping time, time, time in a sort of runic rhyme to the I've read this before, to the tintinnabulation that so musically wells from the bells, 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 from the jingling and the tinkling of the bells. 2. Hear the mellow wedding bells, golden bells. What a world of happiness their harmony foretells. Through the balmy air of night, how they ring out their delight from the molten golden notes, and all in tune, what a liquid ditty floats to the turtle dove that listens while she gloats on the moon. Oh, from out the sounding cells, what a gush of euphony voluminously wells. How it swells, how it dwells on the future, how it tells of the rapture that impels to the swinging and the ringing of the bells, 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 of the bells, 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 to the rhyming and the chiming of the bells. 3. Hear the loud alarum bells, brazen bells. What a tale of terror now their turbulency tells. In the startled ear of night, how they scream out their affright. Too much horrified to speak, they can only shriek, shriek out of tune in a clamorous appealing to the mercy of the fire, in a mad expostulation with the deaf and frantic fire, leaping higher, higher, higher with a desperate desire, and a resolute endeavor now to sit or never by the side of the pale-faced moon. Oh, the bells, bells, bells! What a tale their terror tells of despair, how they clang and clash and roar. What a horror they outpour on the bosom of the palpitating air, yet the ear it fully knows, by the twanging and the clanging, how the danger ebbs and flows, yet the ear distinctly tells in the jangling and the wrangling, how the danger sinks and swells, by the sinking or the swelling, in the anger of the bells, of the bells, of the bells, 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 in the clamor and the clanging of the bells. 4. Hear the tolling of the bells, iron bells. What a world of solemn thought in their monody compels. What a world of solemn thought their monody compels. In the silence of the night, how we shiver with affright, and at the melancholy menace of their tone. For every sound that floats from the rest within their throats is a groan, and the people, ah, the people, they that dwell up in the steeple all alone, and who tolling, 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 in that muffled monotone, feel a glory in so rolling on the human heart a stone, They are neither man nor woman, they are neither brute nor human, they are ghouls, and their king it is who tolls, and he rolls, 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 a pain from the bells. A pain? Pain. Yes, it was. I'm like trying to remember that word. A paean from the bells. Paean. 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 Yes. Paean from the bells, and his merry bosom swells, with the paean of the bells. And he dances and he yells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the paean of the bells, keeping time, 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 in a sort of runic rhyme, to the throbbing of the bells, 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 to the sobbing of the bells, keeping time, 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 as he knells, 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 in a happy runic rhyme, to the rolling of the bells, 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 to the tolling of the bells, 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 to the moaning and the groaning of the bells. And that's that. I've had a lot of fun, but I gotta get ready for bed. I'm starting to crash for sure. Very fair. That was the bells. If you didn't notice me saying bells, probably about 50 times. But there you go. And it's time for redeems. Cage, you're off to bed. Feel free to lurk or fully disappear for bed. My next stories. What is this? Next one. The Lark. The Odyssey of Herbert Iggins. That's another accented one I can tell. Herbert Iggins. Oh, and it's a longer one. Even better. And then a song of winter weather. I can do those three. And then when we get back to Edgar Allan Poe, it's away from poems and into the tales. So they are longer. So I don't think I will read any more Poe. But I will read Service. I will keep reading Service. But yes, right now we have to run an ad though. So I'll do that. And please redeem if you want to redeem. Meanwhile, I am readjusting and hydrating. Oh no, I didn't write down the order in which I was telling these stories. Oh goodness. Am I gonna have to go back through this? No, there's too many. I wouldn't be able to list them all. There's so many short ones. When I put this up on the YouTube VODs, I will struggle. I'll write down the Poe, but then I'll just have and I will write down the Service ones in my notebook afterwards, but they won't have to be in order. That's how I'll justify it. Okay. I've seen no redeems, so I will continue reading. The first one is The Lark. Oh no. My throat made a funny noise there. Okay. The Lark. From wrath-red dawn to wrath-red dawn, the guns have brayed without abate, and now the sick sun looks upon the bleared, blood-boltered fields of hate, as if it loathed to rise again. How strange the hush, yet sudden hark!
from yon downtrodden gold of grain the leaping rapture of a lark. A fusillade of melody that sprays us from yon trench of sky, a new, amazing enemy we cannot silence though we try, a battery on radiant wings that from yon gap of golden fleece hurls at us hopes of such strange things as joy and home and love and peace. Pure heart of song, you do not know that we are making earth a hell? Do you not know that we are making earth a hell? Or is it that you try to show life still is joy and all is well? Brave little wings, not in vain you beat into that bit of blue. Lo, we who pant in war's red rain, lift shining eyes, see heaven too. Sweet. That was the lark. It's very quick. And now we jump into that original accent. We're not doing Scots, thankfully. Oh boy. Oh, okay. I will do humming after the next. After the next 2 stories, it is. See, of. And I swear this is how it's written. Herbert Higgins. I would capitalize, but the E, like, how do you capitalize that? Should I be capitalizing like this? Herbert? Yeah, I'll do it like that. Herbert Higgins. Like that. It's so silly. But Bredicus Toastilicus, I will be humming soon. Okay. Me and Ed on a stretcher, out on the neutral ground. If there's one dead corpse, I'll betcher there's 100 smelling round. Oh. Sorry. Me and Eddie O'Brien, both of the RAMC. It's a hell of a night for a soul to take flight, as Eddie remarks to me. Me and Ed crawling homeward, thinking our job is done, when sudden and clear, what do we hear? Owl of a wounded un. Gotta take him, snaps Eddie. Got to take all we can. He may be a germ, with the art of a worm, but blast him, ain't he a man? So he sloshes out fixin' a dressin'. He'd always a medical knack. He had always a medical knack. Ooh. When that wounded un, he rolls to his gun, and he plugs me pal in the back. Ooh. Now what would you do, I arst you? There was me slaughtered mate. There was that un. I'd collared his gun. A snarlin' is him of 8. I think it's supposed to be a snarlin' his him of fate. A snarlin' is him of 8. What did I do? Ear whisper. ... He had a shiny bald top to his head, but when I got through between me and you, it was horrid and jaggy and red. Hang on like a limpet, Eddie. Thank God you ain't dead after all. It's slow and it's sure and it's steady, which is hard, for he's big and I'm small. The rockets are shootin' and shinin', it's rainin' a perishin' flood. The bullets are buzzin' and whinin', and I'm up to me stern in the mud. There's all kinds of owlin' and ootin'. It's black as a bucket of tar. Oh, I'm doing my bit, but I'm having a fit, and I wish I was home with Mar. Stick on like a plaster, Eddie. Old sport, you're slacking your grip. Gourd, but I'm crocky already. My feet, how they slither and slip. There goes the biff of a bullet. The butchers have got us for fair. Another one. What? The son of a slut. He managed to miss by a hair. It actually said the son of a slut. Fun. Okay.
Good for you, service, I guess. I don't know. Ow! What was it jabbed at me shoulder? Gave it a deuce of a wrench. Is it Eddie or me? What's a bleedin' so free? Crust, it's long to the trench. I ain't just as strong as a Sandow, and Ed ain't a flapper by far. I'm blamed if I understand how we've managed to get where we are. But here's for a bit of a breather. Steady there, Ed. Arf a mo. Half a moment, maybe? Old pal, it's all right. It's a hell of a fight. But are we downhearted? No, oh. It actually has no dash o dash o. No, oh. So that it filled in the rhyme. Now war is a funny thing, ain't it? It's the rummiest sort of a go. For when it's most real, it's then that you feel you're a-watching a cinema show. Here's me what's a barber's assistant. Hey presto, it's somewheres in France. And I'm here in a pit where a coal box is it. And it's all like a giddy romance. The ruddy quick firers are spittin'. The heavies are blowin' eight. And here I am casually sitting. And holdin' the enemy mate. Them ghastly green star shells is beamin'. Shrapnel is poppin' like rain. And I'm sayin', Bert Higgins, you're dreamin', and you'll wake up in Amstead again. You'll wake up and hear yourself sayin', would you like, sir, to have a shampoo? Instead of your shedding your blood in the rain and the mud, which is somehow the right thing to do. Which is somehow your sorry-eyed duty. And it's spelled duty, D-O-O-T-Y, duty, anyway. Which is somehow your ori-eyed duty. What you're doing the best what you can for Amstead and home and beauty. And you've slaughtered a man. Thank you for the follow, Lousy TF. Thank you. Welcome. Okay. A feller what punctured your partner. Oh, you're hammered him hard on the head. And you still see his eyes staring bang at the skies. And you ain't even sorry he's dead. But you wish he was back in your diggings, asleep on your muddy old store. Sleep on your sorry old store. Oh, you're doing your bit, Herbert Higgins. But you ain't just enjoying the war. Hang on like a octopus, Eddie. That's where we get an H where it does not belong. Hang on like a octopus, Eddie. It's up for the bomb belt again. Except for the shrap, which as it me a tap. I'm feeling as right as the rain. It's my silly old feet what are slippin'. It's as dark as a Ogs at a sin. But don't be uneasy, me pippin. I'm going to pilot you in. It's my silly old Ed what is reelin'. The bullets is buzzin' like bees. My shoulders red hot, and I'm bleedin' a lot. And me legs is on injured at the knees. But we're staggerin' nearer and nearer. Just stick it, old sport, play the game. I make 'em out clearer and clearer. Our trenches a snappin' with flame. Oh, we're stumblin' closer and closer. Hang on there, lad. Just one more try. Did you say put you down? Damn it, no, sir. I'll carry you in if I die. By cracky, old feller, they've seen us. They're sending out stretchers for two. Let's give 'em the hoorah between us. I'm lucky we aren't booked through. My flipper is mashed to a telly. A bullet is ticked to your spleen. We shed lots of gore and we're leaking some more. But what a occasion it's been. Again, shoving the H where it shouldn't. But what a occasion it's been. Oh, here comes the rescuing party. They're crawling out cautious and slow. Come, buck up and greet 'em, me hearty. Shoulder to shoulder, so. You mustn't think we was downhearted. Old pal, we was never down'earted. If they arts us, if they arts us, if they arts, asks, if they arts us, if we was down'earted, well, owl in their faces, FYC, yes. Well, owl in their faces, no, oh, which just shoulder to shoulder, so arted, no, oh. Interesting. And that particular poem. And one last run before I do redeems. So feel free to do more redeems or just ask me. A song of winter weather. Here we go. It isn't the foe that we fear. It isn't the bullets that whine. It isn't the business career of a shell or the bust of a mine. It isn't the snipers who seek to nip our young hopes in the bud. No, it isn't the guns and it isn't the Huns. It's the mud, mud, mud. It isn't the melee we mind. That often is rather good fun. It isn't the shrapnel we find, obtrusive when rained by the ton. It isn't the bounce of the bombs that gives us a positive pain. It's the strafing we get when the weather is wet. It's the rain, rain, rain. It isn't because we lack grit. We shrink from the horrors of war. We don't mind the battle a bit. In fact, that is what we are for. It isn't the rum jars and things make us wish we were back in the fold. It is the fingers that freeze in the boreal breeze. It's the cold, cold, cold. Oh, the rain, the mud and the cold, the mud and the rain. With weather at zero, it's hard for a hero from language that's rude to refrain. With porridgey muck to the knees, with sky that's pouring a flood. Sure, the worst of our foes are the pains and the woes of the rain, the cold, and the mud. That's where I'll stop for that, and I'll go into the humming. Here we go. It just seems befitting.
That was a long one for one song, but I think that was all we needed. Thank you for the follow, Kaito Yoshida. Thank you. Welcome. It is so befitting to a bunch of stories, a bunch of poems from World War One. Of course, Danny boy. If there's no other redeems, I'm gonna go to the next story. But you let me know. I'll prep this one. Ooh, we'll do that. Okay, I will start in on this next one then. Tipperary Days. It does have It's a Long Way to Tipperary sunk into into the poem, so it's gonna have bits of song in it, but I'm not going to sing it because I don't really know the song. I know that it exists, but I don't know it. Tipperary Days. Oh, weren't they the fine boys? You never saw the beat of them, singing all together with their throats bronze bare, fighting fit and mirth mad, music in the feet of them, swinging on to glory and the wrath out there. Oh, thank you for the follow, Twitch Enjoyer 199. Thank you for joining us. Okay, swinging on to glory and the wrath out there, laughing by and chafing by, frolic in the smiles of them. On the road, the white road, all the afternoon, strangers in a strange land, miles and miles and miles of them, battle bound and heart high, and singing this tune. It's a long way to Tipperary, it's a long way to go. It's a long way to Tipperary and the sweetest girl I know. Goodbye Piccadilly, farewell Leicester Square. It's a long, long way to Tipperary, but my heart's right there. Come, Yvonne and Juliet, come Mimi and cheer for them. Throw them flowers and kisses as they pass you by. Aren't they the lovely lads, haven't you a tear for them? Going out so gallantly to dare and die. This is not my work. This is Rhymes of a Red Cross Man, the book by Robert W. Service. And Tipperary Days is the specific poem. This is written mid-World War I, so yeah. What is it they're singing so? Some high hymn of motherland? Some immortal chanson of their faith and king? Marseillaise or Brabant song, anthem of that other land? Dears, let us remember it, that song they sing. And then it's a long way to Tipperary in French. C'est un chemin long to Tipperary. C'est un chemin long, c'est vrai. C'est un chemin long to Tipperary. Et la belle fille que je connais. Bonjour Piccadilly. Au revoir Leicester Square. C'est un chemin long to Tipperary. Mais mon cœur est zer. I don't know. And it continues again. The gallant old contemptibles, there isn't much remains of them, so full of fun and fitness, and a singing in their pride. For some are cold as clabber, and the Corby picks the brains of them. Yes, sort of. I kind of tried. It doesn't mean I did it well. And some are back in Blighty, and a wishing they had died. Ah me, it seems but yesterday, that great glad sight of them, swinging on to battle as the sky grew black and black. Yet oh, their glee and glory, and the great grim fight of them. Just whistle Tipperary, and it all comes back.
And again, the song, it's a long way to Tipperary, which means Om anywhere. It's a long way to Tipperary, and the things what make you care. Goodbye Piccadilly, how I hopes my folks is well. It's a long way to Tipperary, ain't war just L.
Hello, Lahonk. Welcome in. But that was Tipperary Days. The next one is Fleurette. I'll be doing the next redeems when I finish Our Hero. It's Fleurette, a 1-page poem Funk, and another 1-page poem Our Hero. So, if you want to drop redeems, I will do those soon. But yeah, that's when I'll do it. Okay, Fleurette. And then just under that, The Wounded Canadian Speaks. Oh. Thank you for the subscribe. Oh no, anonymous gifter. Thank you for gifting that out. Okay, so everybody, we have a tradition here, if you don't know it. Basically, well, come on, thing. Whenever someone gives a gift, we must drop the money frogs. Money frogs right there, like this. Created when someone was gifting too much. So whenever someone gives bits or gives a subscription or does something with Throne, money frog, because they've been throwing their money around like a little money frog, making it rain. Thank you, Bredicus, for jumping in on that. So few people drop the money frogs. There we go. Twitch enjoyer, I'm glad you got it. Oh, cries. Don't cries. Oh, sorry, loud. But thank you. There you go. Oh, didn't I do that? I did that a while ago. Okay. Tears of joy. Oh, okay, perfect. There you go. We'll enjoy the frogs. They are little mascots. They are fun. Okay. Oh, thank you for the follow, Lahonk45. Thank you very much. All right. I will read Fleurette now. Sorry. But thank you very much for being so nice, anonymous gifter. Okay. The Wounded Canadian Speaks. Right, alright. My leg? It's off at the knee. Do I miss it? Well, some. You see, I've had it since I was born, and lately, a devilish corn. I rather chuckle with glee to think how I've fooled that corn. But I'll hobble around all right. It isn't that, it's my face. Oh, I know I'm a hideous sight. Hardly a thing in place. Sort of a gargoyle, you'd say. Nurse won't give me a glass. But I see the folks as they pass, shudder and turn away in distress. Mirror enough, I guess. I'm gay. You bet I am gay. I think they mean happy. It is still only World War I after all, but I don't know. But I wasn't a while ago. If you'd seen me even today, the darndest picture of woe, with this Caliban mug of mine, so ravaged and raw and red, turned to the wall in fine, wishing that I was dead. What has happened since then, since I lay with face to the wall, the most despairing of men? Listen, I'll tell you all. That boy Lou across the way, with a shrapnel wound in his head, has a sister. She came today to sit a while by his bed. All morning I heard him fret, "Oh, when will she come, Fleurette?" Then sudden a joyous cry, the tripping of little feet, the softest, tenderest sigh, a voice so fresh and sweet, clear as a silver bell, fresh as the morning dews. C'est toi, Marcel, mon frère, comme je suis heureuse." She spoke French because they said the poilu, it's the name. Oh, anonymous gifter just gave out another. Thank you for that, you sweet person. Okay, well, you know the trend. You know what you have to do. It's time for money frogs. Come on. Lahonk! You get gifted a sub and you jump in with 200 bits? What the heck? That means you get your own cheers, too. We have to drop in some cheers for you. Some money frogs for the Lahonk. Thank you very much. We've got a mini hype train running. Look at all this. Look at this. Thank you very much, guys. You're very so sweet to each other and then very nice to me. But I was saying that I was French again because she is French. Just a warning that I was kind of speaking French again. But I will keep going. Okay. So over the blanket's rim, I raised my terrible face, and I saw how I envied him. A girl of such delicate grace. 16, all laughter and love, as gay as a linnet, and yet as tenderly sweet as a dove, half woman, half child, Fleurette. Then I turned to the wall again. I was awfully blue, you see, and I thought with a bitter pain, such visions are not for me. So there I lay. No, so there like a log I lay, all hidden, I thought, from view, when sudden I heard her say, "Ah, who is that malheureux?" Then briefly I heard him tell, however he came to know, how I was smothered. How I'd smothered a bomb that fell into the trench, and so none of my men were hit, though it busted me up a bit. Well, I didn't quiver an eye, and he chatted, and there she sat. And I fancied I heard her sigh, though I wouldn't just swear to that. And maybe she wasn't so bright, though she talked in a merry strain, and I closed my eyes ever so tight. Yet I saw her ever so plain, her dear little tilted nose, her delicate dimpled chin, her mouth like a budding rose, and the glistening pearls within, her eyes like the violet, such a rare little queen Fleurette. And at last, when she rose to go, the light was a little dim, and I ventures to peep, and so I saw her graceful and slim. And she kissed him, and oh, how I envied and envied him. So when she was gone, I said, in a dreary voice, to him of the opposite bed, "Ah, friend, how you must rejoice." But me, I'm a-thinking of dread. For me, nevermore the bliss, the thrill of a woman's kiss. Then I stopped, for lo, she was there, and a great light shone in her eyes, and me, I could only stare. I was taken so by surprise, when gently she bent her head. "May I kiss you, sergeant?" she said. Then she kissed my burning lips, with her mouth like a scented flower, and I thrilled to the fingertips, and I hadn't even the power to say, "God bless you, dear." And I felt such a precious tear fall on my withered cheek, and darn it, I couldn't speak. And so she went sadly away, and I knew that my eyes were wet. Ah, not to my dying day will I forget. Can you wonder now I am gay? God bless her, that little Fleurette. Sweet. Very sweet. Now, LaHonk, what have you done? What are you doing? Why are you doing this? Oh, I do like those. I do like those a lot. Especially in a rainbow rave setting. They're very fun. But I love those. Okay. Well, what are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What do you think we're doing? We're dropping some more money frogs. Come on. Ah, there that is. One of my bookmarks had fallen. You are needlessly generous. Thank you very much. Okay, where was... Aha. This one. The next story. Very interesting title. Funk. Fat, what are you doing? You guys are officially doing a train now, aren't you? You little shits. Thank you, Fat. You're very sweet. None of you need to do any of this, and I will implore you. do not give anything if you are not actually stably in a place financially to give. Please look after yourselves first. As much as I do this, excuse me, as part of my income, or I'm trying to do that at least, it does not mean that you need to give anything if you are not in a position to do so. So please do not, if you cannot or should not. But yes, thank you very much. You're very, very nice. I appreciate you. Appreciate you very much. Very lots. 10 seconds left, so you bumped it over. You had to, I guess, according to you. But okay, funk. Here we go. Did anyone expect a poem called Funk from a book about World War One? I didn't expect funk. Anyway. When your marrow bones seems aller, and you're glad you ain't no taller, and you're all a shakin' like you add the chills, when your skin creeps like a pullet's, and you're duckin' all the bullets, and you're green as gorgonzola round the gills, when your legs seem made of jelly, and you're squeamish in the belly, and you wants to turn about and do a bunk, for God's sake, kid, don't show it, don't let your mateys know it, you're just suffering from funk, funk, funk. Oh, it's a very different understanding of the word funk. Okay. Of course, there's no denyin' that it ain't no easy tryin' to grin and grip your rifle by the butt when the old world rips asunder and you sees your pal go under as a bunch of shrapnel sprays him in the nut. In the nut? On the nut? It says on the nut. I think they mean head, but I'm not sure. I admit it's 'ard contrivin' when you ears the shells arrivin' to discover you're a bloomin' bit of spunk. But my lad, you've got to do it, and your God will see you through it. For what he ates is funk, funk, funk. I should have done this with the accent, but I don't care. So stand up, son, look gritty, and just a lively ditty, and only be afraid to be afraid. Just hold your rifle steady, and have your bayonet ready, for that's the way good soldier men is made. And if you ask to die, as it sometimes 'appens, why, far better die a 'ero than a skunk, a doin' of your bit, and so to 'ell with it, there ain't no bloomin' funk, funk, funk. Oh, she's yawning. Oh, you were supposed to go to bed a bit ago. Cage, go sleeps. I missed a hype train when preparing to bed. Yeah, you missed that bit. I mean, technically there's still a minute and a half left, but don't do nothing. Just go bed. I've got one more poem before I do redeems, so drop in your redeems if you would like. Do that. Oh no. Our hero. It's another one-page one, so it's quick, just like funk. Flowers, only flowers, bring me dainty posies, blossoms for forgetfulness. That was all he said. So we stacked our gardens, violets and roses, lilies white and bluebells laid we on his bed. Cage, no. Frau Grain redeem. I guess that is essentially what that is. When you drop them in, you get them. 3 for the dwarves, 7 for the elves, and 9 to the kings of men. And the 1 to rule them all. Huntsman of Atlas, what are you doing here? Dropping. We're in frogs. We're just right in the middle of this. What are you dropping into this with Lord of the Rings and such for? Already had them loaded in my big wallet. No worries. Well, if you say so. Okay. Hype train success! Woo! Thank you very much. We got to level 2, 7%. 2 subs and 730 bits total. That's cool. But thank you very much. Goes away, folks. I had them loaded 'cause I can. Husband of Atlas.
Well, lovely. All right. Um, we're reading poems from a very old book. It's World War One era era poems in a book. Singing Frog, I will do after this short one. I'm gonna start over. I got distracted by things. Our hero, yes. Flowers, only flowers, bring me dainty posies, blossoms for forgetfulness. That was all he said. So we sacked our gardens, violets and roses, lilies white and bluebells laid we on his bed. Soft his pale hands touched them, tenderly caressing. Soft into his tired eyes came a little light. Such a wistful love look, gentle as a blessing. There, amid the flowers, waited he the night. I would have you raise me. I can see the west then. I would see the sun set once more before I go. So he lay a-gazing, seemed to be at rest then, quiet as a spring in the garden glow. So he lay a-watching rosy castles crumbling, moats of blinding amber, bastions of flame, rugged rifts of opal, crimson turrets tumbling. So he lay a-dreaming till the shadows came. Open wide the window, there's a lark a-singing. There's a glad lark singing in the evening sky. How it's wild with rapture radiantly winging. Oh, it's good to hear that when one has to die. I am horror haunted, from the hell they found me. I am battle broken, all I want is rest. Ah, it's good to die so. Blossoms all round me, and a kind lark singing in the golden west. Flowers, song, and sunshine, just one thing is wanting. Just the happy laughter of a little child. So we brought our dearest, Doris all enchanting. Tenderly he kissed her, radiant he smiled. In the golden peacetime you will tell the story, how for you and yours sweet bitter deaths were ours. God bless little children. So he passed to glory. So we left him sleeping, still amid the flowers. That was our hero. And now it's time for Singing Frog and any other redeems you might request. For those of you who are new, you can look at the redeems and you can drop them in the message. I'm not picky about redeems. So, yeah. You can request something if you would like it, even if you don't have the points. I'm gonna do Singing Frog right now. And I will swap to Trigger. There you go. Okay. Here we go with a Singing Frog noise. And there was our Singing Frog. And now I guess I'll do Bottle Blow. And once we're done with redeems, I'll do probably just a couple more poems. Because it is just about that time for end of stream. Not quite, but nearly. Alright. Forgive me, I must readjust everything. Okay. Here we go.
Good night, Cage. Actually go to sleep now then. And thanks for that, Fetster. We'll be doing more poems and other things this week, so this will not be the only poetry. Okay, here we are. And that's it for Bottle Blows. Good night, Cage. Alright. Okay. Woo. I have a lot to update for streaming. Journal. I basically keep a little journal for all I read, but as well as I keep track of how many streams I've done this way. I did origami stream. It's April 14 earning. And then there is the second page that I have to do. Okay. Brain. Here we go. Last stories. What fun. What are the last stories I'm going to read? And someone. Oh no. Alright. One of my reliable mods. It may be time for rating suggestions. Oh, this book is so old, this page might fall out. Okay, that makes me nervous. Okay. I think I know where we'll end. We start with my mate. Have someone picked out? Perfect. Thank you, Fed. Just seeing that. My mate. Here we are. Ooh. I've been sittin' starin' at his muddy pair of boots, and tryin' to convince myself it's him. Look out there, lad, that sniper, he's a daisy when he shoots. He'll be layin' all of you out the same as Jim. Jim as lies there in the dugout with his blanket round his head to keep his brains from mixin' with the mud. And his face is white as putty, and his overcoat all red, like he's spilt a bloomin' paint pot, but it's blood. And I'm trying to remember of a time we wasn't pals. How often we played hooky, him and me, and sometimes it was music halls, and sometimes it was gals, and even then we had no disagree. For when he copped Maria Jones, the one I liked the best, I shook his hand and loaned him £1/4. I saw him through the parson's job. I helped him make his nest. I even stood godfather to the kid. So when the war broke out, says he, "Well, what about it, Joe?" "Well, what about it, lad?" says I to him. His missus made an awful fuss, but he was mad to go. He always was. High-spirited was Jim. Well, none of it's been heaven, and the most of it's been hell.
Though we shared our baccy. Though we shared our baccy. Oh, tobacco. There you go. But we've shared our baccy, and we've halved our bread. We've all the luck at wipers, and we shaved through Neuve Chapelle, and that sniping bastard gets him on the head. Now what I wants to know is why it wasn't me was took. I've only got myself. He stands for 3. I'm plainer than a louse, while he was handsome as a duke. He always was a better man than me. He was going home next Tuesday. He was happy as a lark, and he'd just received a letter from his kid, and he struck a match to show me as we stood there in the dark when that bleeding bullet got him in the lid. He was killed so awful sudden that he hadn't time to die. He sort o' jumped and came down with a thud. Then corpsey looking star shells kept a streamin' in the sky, and there he lay like nothin' in the mud. And there he lay so quiet with no answer to his head. And I'm sick and blamed, if I can understand, the pots of half we've had, and zip, like that he's dead, with the letter of his nipper in his hand. There's some as fights for freedom, and there's some as fights for fun, but me, my lad, I fights for bleedin' 8. You can blame the war and blast it, but I hopes it won't be done till I gets the bloomin' blood price for me mate. It'll take a bit of bayonet to level up for Jim. Then if I'm spared, I think I'll have a bid with her that was Mariah Jones to take the place of him, to sort of be a father to his kid. Okay then. That's a tough one. Well, thank you for the follow, Patchio1. Thank you very much. Oh, it's all very somber. Whew. Okay. There's a drip of honeysuckle in the deep green lane. There's old Martin jogging homeward on his worn old wain. There are cherry petals falling and a cuckoo calling, and a score of larks, God bless 'em. But it's all pain. For you see, I am not really there at all, not at all. For you see, I'm in the trenches where the crumps fall. And the bits of shells are screaming, and it's only blessed dreaming. That in fancy I am seeing back in old St. Paul. Oh, I've thought of it so often since I've come down here, and I never dreamt that any place could be so dear. The silvered whinstone houses and the rosy men in blouses, and the kindly white-capped women with their eyes spring clear, and mothers sitting knitting where her roses climb, and the angelus is calling with a soft, soft chime, and the sea wind comes caressing, and the light's a golden blessing, and Yvonne is guessing that it's milking time. Oh, it's Sunday, for she's wearing her broidered gown, and she draws the pasture pickets, and the cows come down, and their feet are powdered yellow, and their eyes' voices honey mellow, and they bring a scent of clover, and their eyes are brown, and Yvonne is dreaming after, but her eyes are blue, and her lips are made for laughter, and her white teeth too, and her mouth is like a cherry, and a dimple mocking Mary is lurking in the very cheek she turns to you. So I walk beside her kindly, and she laughs at me, and I heap her arms with lilac from the lilac tree, and a golden light is welling, and a golden peace is dwelling, and 1,000 birds are telling how it's good to be. And what are pouting lips for if they can't be kissed? And I have filled her arms with blossom so she can't resist, and the cows are sadly straying, and her mother must be saying that Yvonne is long delaying. God, how close that mist! A nice polite reminder that the Boches are nigh, that we're here to fight like devils, and if we need be, die. That from kissing pretty wenches to the frantic firing benches of the battered, tattered trenches is a far, far cry. Yet still I'm sitting dreaming in the glare and grime, And once again I'm hearing of them church bells chime, and how I wonder whether in the golden summer weather we will fetch the cows together when it's milking time. And then in small text it says, English voice months later. Ow, Bill, a rotten Frenchie, whoo, he ain't arf prime. Okay then. And then this is our last poem that I'll read for the night before we raid out. So please go ahead and tell me who we're going to. Young fellow, my lad. Sia? Anyway, yes, deal. Okay. Where are you going, young fellow, my lad, on this glittering morn of May? I'm going to join the colours, Dad. They're looking for men, they say. But you're only a boy, young fellow, my lad. You aren't obliged to go. I'm 17 and a quarter, Dad, and never so strong, you know. Oh, there's a break, and then it goes in again. So you're off to France, young fellow, my lad, and you're looking so fit and bright. I'm terribly sorry to leave you, Dad, but I feel that I'm doing right. God bless you and keep you, young fellow, my lad. You're all my life, you know. Don't worry, I'll soon be back, dear Dad, and I'm awfully proud to go. Another break. Why don't you write, young fellow, my lad? I watch for the post each day. And I miss you so, and I'm awfully sad, and it's months since you went away. And I've had the fire in the parlor lit, and I'm keeping it burning bright, till my boy comes home, and here I sit into the quiet night. What's the matter, young fellow, my lad? No letter again today? Why did the postman look so sad and sigh as he turned away? Ooh. I hear them tell that we've gained new ground, but a terrible price we've paid. God grant, my boy, that you're safe and sound, but oh, I'm afraid. They've told me the truth, young fellow, my lad, you'll never come back again. Oh God, the dreams and dreams I've had, and the hopes I've nursed in vain. For you passed in the night, young fellow, my lad, and you proved in the cruel test of the screaming shell in the battle hell that my boy was one of the best. So you'll live, young fellow, my lad, in the gleam of the evening star, in the wood note wild, and the laugh of the child, and all sweet things that are. And you'll never die, my wonderful boy, while life is noble and true. For all our beauty and peace and joy we will owe to our lads like you. And that will be the last of the stories we will read tonight. So let's try and shake off all that gloomy stuff. My goodness. I don't know about you guys, but I think we ought to just shake it off. It's all happy, isn't it? It's all good. There's no way that talking about a bunch of children in the last few didn't affect me in any way at all. No, I'm fine. Thank you for the follow, afternooners. Okay. All right. Hello, gentleman frog. We're going to raid out, and I'm going to raid and run because I shouldn't have stuck around. I should have tried to leave early, but the poems are fun. I really enjoy them too. Oh, thank you for that, Betster. Crazy Frog raid, copy and post those. Oh, don't. I'm not trying to steal a singular emote. Weirdness. Okay. And I'll take us to our ending screen. Thank you so much for being here, folks. I know. How do I do this? There you go. I have fixed that. And then ending transition. No, that isn't fixed. I'll have to fix all of them. Anyway, okay. SIIA. And away we will raid. So here we go. Thank you so much for watching, for listening in tonight.
origami stream tomorrow, and maybe not, a little bit of a mock trial. And then we will have more of this in the evening tomorrow as well. Okay, here we go. Good night. I'm going to have to fix that up. I don't know why it don't work. Okay. I'm dropping my message that this crazy frog raid, cozy frog raid, okay. Good night. Bye.